Set, first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The run from the shotgun. Slams into the pile. He'll get one to the 17. So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The shot that clears, racing to the line in a hurry up.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the shot that clears are flying down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Swings it out to his running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
The shot that clears will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets the give. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. He'll throw it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
He'll keep it himself. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback and getting him on the ground.
Looking for room. It's Washington. Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach. Watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical. And you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. offense in a bunch formation. They'll give it to the back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Carolina, 7. Jacksonville State, 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Trying play action. Deep shot for the end zone. And the pass hits, picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
They'll try the run. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Going to try to get it himself. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Try to get it on the ground. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. No hesitation on that call and no reason not to go for it on 4th and inches.
We're bigger than you, we're tougher than you, we're stronger than you, and we're going to get a push, and they did it right there.
And the shot to clear is getting set on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Gonna let it fly. And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The shot that clears are rolling down the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. defense tried to cheat a little space and get in that neutral zone, but it's still first and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Into the house. Touchdown, Coastal! The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job on the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Second down coming up. To the ground with the back. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, shot to clear. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There it is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
Now on second and short after the first down completion. He makes the connection. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. He'll come out throwing on first down. It's complete to the left. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw on second down. Pressure coming. And he can't escape, and down he goes. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. At the 35, he's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Grabbed in the middle. It's Parker. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville State.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. One more snap coming before halftime. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Corners are going to bail. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man in the middle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. And the Gamecocks are on the move. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! And here they come, almost all the way back. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. Single back formation, and they give it to it. And he was fortunate not to... on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Shows him the stiff arm. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out route. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. He makes the catch. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You've got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Here's the handoff. Breaks the tackle. Finding an escape route. Off he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march down the field, and score. There's no end in sight for these.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. New Mexico stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Albuquerque. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to throw on first down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play.
And they got him for the sack.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
On second down, looking again to throw. And the diving catch down the right side.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Coastal Carolina 28, Jacksonville State 14.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The Gamecocks in the hurry-up. Back to the air one more time. Makes the catch. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Trying to punch it in.
Well, listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on fourth and goal. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the fourth quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Using his legs, it's Washington. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1, gets him out to the 5.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with a dub.
Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? They'll run play action, feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on O. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for them.
They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
This time it's complete. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on third and goal. He wants it all. And he makes the grab, but can't get the foot down in the field of play. Almost had 6 there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball.
Touchdown, Gamecocks. And the comeback is on.
Man, what a backbreaker for this defense. You do such a good job backing them up, making it fourth and goal, making it a long situation, and the offense comes through with the touchdown pass. That's just heartbreaking for this defense.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. He wants to throw it. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hand.
That keeps the score. Coastal Carolina.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Quarterback checking off. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And oh, no, he loses the defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
What a great job by the defense here, playing with the lead, knowing the opponent needs a touchdown. They're just trying to get to the ball and punch it out. They practiced this all week, and it comes up big for them late. That turnover is going to seal this thing.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
He'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to fire deep. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
What a great call on defense. Perfect coverage for what the offense had dialed up. They're able to get the pick, and now they set their offense up with an opportunity to drive the field and at least tie this one up.
Gets it out quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
Pulls it in inside the 10. They get him down to this offense to set up 1st and goal from the 9.
And even though his team is trailing, this guy has stepped up time and time again for his offense. Already over 100 yards, and now comes up with a massive play in a 2-minute situation.
Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Tight ends are supposed to be the quarterback's security blanket, especially down here in the red zone, and that time, he just dropped it.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State. Number 0 with the grab and the score.
Listen to this crowd. Absolutely going nuts, trying to will their defense to stop the 2. He is in there, and he's got the 2, and we are all tied up here deep in the 4th. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. They're going to stay aggressive here. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, guys, 4th quarter, you're trailing. You know that they're going to be throwing the ball and trying to be aggressive and try to climb back into this one. Couldn't come up with it there on 2nd down. Let's see what happens on 3rd.
They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. And the shot to clears decide to punt it away. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. First play of the drive comes from the 41. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. He'll try to take it back. And a great effort on the final play of regulation, but we've got more football ahead. First play of the first possession of OT. Running back goes in motion. The give on the inside. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
He wants to throw here on second down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Grabbed over the middle. It's Robinson. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. First and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime. Got his man on the right. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Looking for a crease. It's Washington. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Touchdown, Coastal! And they're on top here in overtime. You have to imagine we're going to see a bit more of these design runs as this game goes on.
No doubt. This is a guy that can run it. He can throw it. So what do? How do I stop it? Do I play pass? Do I play run? I mean, it's very frustrating to try to stop this kind of guy. And you see the explosive capabilities and making it happen on his own.
Now, they don't have to go for two here, but it looks as if they're going to try it anyway. They didn't get it, and we'll see if that little bit of aggression comes back to haunt them.
That keeps the score. Coastal Carolina, 34. Jacksonville State, 28.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. The give to the single back. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And the Gamecocks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. In the red area, it's Savage. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8.
Pickup of 6. Second down coming up.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
To the ground to try to move the chains. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
What a huge stop by the defense, forcing the fourth down and making the fourth down and goal a little bit harder by getting a lost yardage play. Nice job bowing up by this defense.
Fourth down, and here's the ball game right here. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on fourth down in overtime. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't make the grab. The desperation fourth down play, and this one is over. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
That is such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.